G'day legends, welcome to, well, one of the more frustrating episodes for me, I think. This time I'm going to be fairing the boat, and what you can see behind me, there is some colour down on the boat, and what that is just a standard white flow coat. And basically all the job of that flow coat is cure the fiberglass. Because we've been using laminating resin this whole time, it means that the surface of the fiberglass wasn't quite fully cured yet. So to achieve that, I need to put something with a waxed coat over the top of that. And for me, flow coat or gel coat with wax in it is the perfect thing, because it does one of two things. It cures it. Actually, one of three things, I should say. It cures it, it allows us to sand it, which is part of the curing process, gives us one consistent colour to start sanding with, but it also starts filling in some spots in between the glass fibres. Quite advantageous to do it this way, rather than just do a waxed coat of resin and then start sanding that. What I'm going to do today is sand the areas that I've already flow coated. So I have done up in the boat up here. Now that's not going to focus because this is in cinematic mode. I'm just going to use the orbital sander today. I'm not looking at trying to get surfaces completely flat or smooth or faired properly yet. What I'm doing is I'm just going to sand it all down a little bit and then basically key it up again, ready to apply my fairing compound. Now the fairing compound I'm going to use is going to be Cabasil, yes, Cabasil, resin and flow coat mixed together. Now obviously with this type of flow coat or fairing compound, you're not going to have that quick curing stage. You're not going to be sanding within 12 hours or within even 30 minutes like some of the fairing compounds you can get out there. So it is a little bit of a slower process, but I've got material for that, and it's far cheaper than buying some of these sanding compounds that are quite expensive. All right, guys, I have forgotten my GoPro today. That's why you're on the good old iPhone. So what I'll do is just basically sand it. I know you've seen a lot of sanding before. I'll sand it, and then I'll talk you through what I've done. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have pretty much a whole day here of sanding anyway before I start applying some fairing compound. I may get some fairing compound this afternoon. Well, I've been going for maybe an hour, a bit over an hour sanding on this boat, and I know there's a lot to come yet, but I'm already over it. Anyway, that's what I signed up for, I guess. Let's have a look at it, eh? So you can really tell where the real high spots were, and that's where all the fiberglass is now exposed. And you can see how the leftover flow coat that was in there has filled a lot of those low spots and made a reasonably smooth surface. I mean, you're not going to be able to paint on that and have it perfect, but it is starting to take shape. Got to do work out how I'm going to sand in the corners here yet. I'm either going to do that by hand, or I'm going to go buy a little I don't know if they're called a Dremel or just a renovator tool kind of thing with the triangle piece sanding tool to get in there. And yeah, the joys. So what'll happen once I've sanded it all, I'll then come across with a straight edge and we will start rolling in our fairing compound that we're going to make. And that'll start filling all them low spots. And then we'll have to sand that down, check it all again. And then once we get it done with our eyes, like eyeballed it in as good as we can, then I'm probably going to do a high fill primer over the top of that. So my intention is to two-pack the top deck of this boat and gel coat the sides. So it'll be a storm grey on the sides of the boat where the old orange is, and then a nice white on the top deck, with the wave breaker outline or the perimeter of the wave breaker probably being a black. I'm leaning towards, rather than just have all white. It'd be nice to break that wave breaker up, make it really look like a real custom windscreen, I guess. All right, back to sanding for me. Alrighty guys, well the process of this has taken a a long time. I've been away for a month with work, and it's just, it is one of them jobs that's just taking forever. So my apologies on how long these videos are taking to come out. But I'll just run you through quickly what we're done here on the transom and what we've still got to go. So we've fed most of our transom out nicely. You can see she's pretty good where the well back starts. It's reasonably smooth through there. You can see I've done a little bit of a guide coat, and what a guide coat is where you spray a color that really stands out on the color that's down. So obviously black on the white. It's a little bit faded because it's been wiped with acetone a few times, but you can see where the low spots are where it's still black. There's a couple of little blemishes through here and there, and a bit of pitting there, but it's not too bad. You can see where it's sanded back down to the fiberglass as well. And then our curve along there is looking rather nice as well. The camera's probably not picking it up that great, but we're looking pretty good along there. We've still got to tidy this one up. We haven't even tended to that. So what I'm trying to do at the moment is build those corners. And as you can see there's a couple of low spots along there. So we have to build that up first and then come around and put our curve in. Down the sides here, the same thing. You can see where these low spots are. A couple of drag marks in there and things like that. But that's all coming together nicely. I've just put a little bit over our rod holder patches in there. So that's pretty rough at the moment. But you can see that just gets better and better as you go through the process. We've got to tidy this edge up as well. So there's a lot of tidying up to do. It's a long process, but we are getting there. Also done a bit of work to the dash up there. It's coming along nicely. I'm really just working on some of these edges at the moment, trying to get them straight, trying to get them round. So it's going to look Mickey Mouse when we two-pack this. So we've got to get it to a stage where we can use a high fill primer, which is going to take out even more of these little inconsistencies, and we'll sand them off with that high fill primer. I'll keep you all updated as we go through the motions there, but it is just such a slow process. For my sanding blocks, I've just been using a bit of, what is that? I think it's about 90 by 40 mil treated pine, and literally just a bit of aluminium screwing off the sandpaper in the top there. That's 40 grit, and that just seems to be a really good nice flat surface to use for the big long flat areas. That's 600 long. I've got one that's 300 long as well. That's working nicely for these corners and areas that I can't get the big 600 in. And then for fine tuning, and I'm just using a standard old cork block. Well, given the amount of time it's taking, guys, I think I'm going to end this video there. You've probably got enough out of this to really grasp what we're trying to achieve here. It is something that I'm still learning at, so I'm probably going to give you more tips and pointers in the next video, but for the time being, we'll leave it there. And hopefully, guys, I haven't left it too long to lose all your interest in this build, but it's just one of those things. This takes a long time. We've got a lot more to fare up the front of the boat, down the sides as well, so bear with me. We're trying to get there, and hopefully she's on the water soon. If you like this one, guys, please hit the like button. Send us a comment if you got any questions or even some advice. We're willing to take it. You guys have really been helpful throughout the build, dropping comments and giving us tips and pointers, so I really appreciate that. And guys, as always, take it easy out there and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. All right, see you in the next one, guys.